The arachnoid matter is the middle of the three layers surrounding the brain and the spinal cord. The pie matter is the innermost layer of the membrane, and the dura mater is the connective tissue that serves as the outermost layer for the membrane. Then we're moving to the hypophysis, that's the pituitary gland. Here we see the spinal cord. It's the end of the brainstem. The medulla is involuntary functions like heart rate and blood pressure. That's located right here, the first bump of the brainstem. Then we have pons. That's for communications and nerve functions like breathing. Next bump in your brainstem. That is the very last bump, actually. Then you flip it over. Once as we flipped it over, we see the cerebellum and the cerebrum. The cerebellum is the part that controls balance and muscle coordination, inferior to the cerebrum. Here, if we pull back the cerebellum, you'll find the midbrain. There's 4 bumps located behind the cerebellum. Underneath, we will find the optic nerve located right here. It's the crossing over, and it sends optic signals to the rest of the brain and body through nerve signals. Olfactory bulbs located in the front of the brain takes nerve scent signals and sends them to the rest of the body. The cerebrum, right here, the 2 hemispheres, divided by a medial fissure. It's the largest portion of the brain, kind of hard to miss. Corpus callosum is a large band of nervous tissue that connects the 2 cerebral hemispheres. It's right here. It's hard to hold. It's located right in here. The cortex is the outer portion of the cerebrum. That would be the layer right here. The hippocampus is in the brain, lateral to the ventricles. It's kind of hard to show. It's for emotional states and converting short-term memory into long-term memory. The diencephalon region makes up of the thalamus and the hypothalamus. That's located right in here. That's a region. The thalamus is located right here. It's a superior to the hypothalamus. It's a sensory relay center. Sensory relay impulses enter, and their impulses are sent out to the appropriate cerebral region. Hypothalamus is inferior to the thalamus, in charge of maintenance and regulation of homeostasis through body temp, fluid intake, appetite, etc. The cranial nerves, there are 12 of them. They're located throughout the cerebrum. Kind of lost my cerebrum here. A ventricle, that is located right in here. This is one of 4 cavities in the brain is filled with spinal fluid. The pineal body endocrine gland located in the roof of the 3rd ventricle. That's right in here. The cerebral aqueduct contains spinal fluid, which is kind of what we just went over, but it's more in there. While the choroid plexus in the roof of those ventricles contributes to the spinal fluid. So one holds it and one contributes. Then I made another cut, more of like a quarter-size cut here on the brain. Hopefully it focuses. There's some white matter, and there's some gray matter. They're also on the top of the brain. You can see better on this piece. There's some gray. That's more of the white, creamy colored stuff that looks kind of like worms. Right on here. The gray. And then this is the sulcus, the grooves in between the gray. The gray matter is in the cerebral cortex of the brain and the inner portion of the spinal cord. Areas of the brain and spinal cord containing cell bodies, dendrites, and axons. While the white matter is just axons within the brain and spinal cord found in the inner portions of the cerebrum and the outer regions of the spinal cord. That is all I have. Hopefully that turned out good. But that is the sheep brain.